The following contest is a steel cage match and is for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship.
Guys, the anticipation for this steel cage match has been absolutely unreal.
And with good reason. There's nothing quite like witnessing a steel cage match live and in person.
The Scottish Supernova.
Here's a kid who, as a teenager, cut his teeth in the wrestling industry, competing against some of the greats like AJ Styles and Finn Balor.
Prides himself on maintaining a veteran mindset because of that vast international experience.
He's only 24, Byron. That's incredible.
It's amazing.
Introducing the challenger from Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico, weighing in at 130 pounds, the Falcon, Bruce. Introducing the champion from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 178 pounds, he is the WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Noam Dar.
This has all the makings of a legendary night. Steel cage action kicking off here, guys.
And there are few things more unforgiving than the cold steel of a cage match.
What a stomp!
Good grief.
Boom, what impact! Nailed it!
Talk about rocking the jaw.
That kick will stop you in your tracks.
The WWE Universe has seen the evolution of the steel cage in the enclosure known today as Hell in a Cell. The first time an enclosed cage was seen was in October of 1983 in the last Battle of Atlanta. The enclosed cage was seen a few years later in the War Games match from the NWA. There were even cages stacked on top of each other like WCW's Tower of Doom.
All right, when we talk about the progression of steel cage matches and the type of structures that have been spawned from them, I need to point out that some cages have been electrified. One was made from bamboo in the form of a Punjabi prison match. And of course, the Elimination Chamber with glass pods and steel doors.
And today we have the Asylum match, where weapons are on top of the cage. Just goes to show you that times may change, but the objective to destroy an opponent remains the same. There's still no better way to settle a score than to do battle with your adversary inside a steel cage.
The best way to describe combatants clashing inside a steel cage is its battle of attrition. Sometimes a superstar is left with no choice but to fight fire with fire and do whatever they need to do in order to win the match. And sometimes it comes down to a superstar doing whatever they need to do in order to survive.
Byron, you touched on this earlier, but it's so important for a superstar to accept that there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in a steel cage match. That the conflict will be resolved within the 15-foot-high steel walls that surround the ring. And that losing a cage match can mean much more than a mark in the loss column.
It might be cliche, but it's true here. It ain't over till it's over.
What a stomp!
Good grief.
Clothesline!
Right in the back of the neck. According to historians, the twisted metal that we see as part of steel cages today dates back 80 years. To settle a dispute between competitors Jack Bloomfield and Count Pietro Rossi, the two met inside a ring surrounded by chicken wire. At first, these types of matches were referred to
Noam Dar
To the back of the neck. Scottish sickle.
But did he go for it too early?
Noam Dar might have just set the end of this match in motion.
Running enziguri.
There it is. Noam Dar might have just set...
Corey, you gave us an impressive history of the origins of the steel cage match. I'd like to point out to our viewers that from the 1960s through the mid-1980s, chain link fences were used to enclose the ring for WWE steel cage matches. A superstar could win by pinfall submission or by exiting the cage through the cage door or climbing over the top of the cage.
We should also point out, Michael, that the way to win a steel cage match can vary by...
Quick pin attempt by Noam Dar. And a kick out. Not even close on that one.
Not yet. Too early.
We talk about how important stipulations are in a steel cage match. If superstars sign a contract where the only way to win is escape the cage and have both your feet touch the floor, the competitors must have a plan. Especially since you have to be comfortable trying to escape through the cage door as you do climbing over the top of the cage and vice versa.
Corey, you touched on something moments ago that's so important for the combatants in a steel cage match to remember. A superstar must be able to think offensively to figure out how they're going to escape the cage. They must think defensively at the same time so they can prevent their opponent from getting out of the cage first and winning the match.
Well, a superstar must become comfortable with escaping the cage by both exiting the cage door and by climbing over the top of the cage.
Oh, come on, ref.
Yeah, you can't let him get away with that. Not in a match this big.
He's got some fight left in him.
He's not giving up that easy.
Oh, the old head scissor. Incoming. It's a big fight feel here in this arena. The WWE Universe hanging on every move. Ooh! Ooh!
Harsh impact. The toughness and grit we're seeing on display tonight in this steel cage match has been absolutely unbelievable.
Yes! Takes it! Let's look back on the action from the last match.
Man, oh man, look at that. Oh, I can't believe this. And last but not least, there was this.
here is your winner and the new WWE Cruiserweight Champion, the Falcon, Bruce.
Talk about having to dig down deep to pick up the win.
Great effort from both these guys, Michael. I'm willing to bet this isn't the last time we see them square off.
As hard as it will be not to think about that amazing